How those balls looking?
You know what season is, right?
I do indeed. It is time.
It is time for smooth sack summer. And how do I keep everything smooth, everything tidy, everything the way it should be?
Well, I don't know how you do, but I'll tell you how I do. Manscaped, buddy. You know how much we love the crop mops. You know how much we love the lawnmower, but they have the Performance Package 4.0 now.
They did a little upgrade to the Weed Whacker. Weed Whacker is, of course, the nose and ear hair trimmer. It is now the 2.0. And also, they are getting into the beard game. They've got their brand new beard trimmer, which is fantastic. So go to manscaped.com. Use the promo code BACONPOD, and that will give you 20% off and free shipping.
That's right. So don't forget to work on those testicles, your chesticles, and your cheeks. Keep them clean and ask yourself, what's your bacon?
Welcome, everybody, to Bacon is My Podcast, discussion and drinks, where we're going to be talking about stuff and things.
Yeah. Stuff and things?
Right.
Or stuff and things?
Well,
like, what are some things that you could stuff?
stockings,
Yeah.
turkeys, the breadcrumb stuffings.
Holes. You can fill holes.
You can fill holes.
Yeah.
Phil McCracken,
He's a iron worker.
good friend of mine.
Yeah.
Good friend of mine, Phil
Yeah.
McCracken. Today we're going to be drinking the last of our Christmas beers.
Indeed.
Well, not mine. They're
Well,
Jimmy's.
they're yours as
but,
well.
But I have
We're sharing
been
in the Christmas
bequeathed
feast.
them.
We have a Victory Golden Monkey.
And the Allagash White. I didn't realize this until now when your finger just accentuated. That's a 9.5%
That
beer.
is a 9.5% beer.
Wow.
I didn't realize that either. As you were saying it, I was noticing it down here.
Yeah. Well, no, I saw your finger
Yeah.
covering it. So,
Okay.
yeah, here we go. It's going to be fun. It's going to be, I don't know what we're going to do.
That's why this monkey has an eyeball in its belly.
Yeah. Do you think somebody stuffed it in there?
I think you would have to stuff an eyeball in a belly.
Okay.
Stuff and
Well,
things.
stuff and things. Let's do that.
Bacon! Bacon is my podcast! Bacon! Bacon! Bacon is my... Bacon! Bacon is my podcast! Bacon! Bacon is my...
So what do we start with? Do we start with that? And then, like...
You do that as
cool
like
down,
like
the chaser?
That's the chaser for it. That's the water chaser.
That's the water part. 'Cause
or,
that is...
or if we drink this first, are we not even going to taste this?
I don't know.
It's a good question.
Flip a coin.
I don't have it.
God damn it. You only have it when we don't need it.
I know. Literally every single time I don't bring it, you're like, "Where's the coin?" I'm like, "Damn it!"
All right.
I did
I think-
laundry. I put the coin up.
Right.
It usually just travels from one pocket to the next pocket.
Right.
Like I'll grab my pants from the floor and I'll grab like guitar picks, coin, keys, and then
Right.
I'll throw those in
Right.
the laundry. But when I do laundry, I'm usually wearing like basketball shorts or something, so I don't
Right,
have
so it
anything
weighs
left.
it down.
I've already taken out everything in the pockets, and so then when I put on pants the first time, I don't think I have picks either. Usually, I do. I have picks.
Then what?
I have picks, but I do not have
What does us no good?
my coin.
All right. Well, I think if you think that it's gonna kill
Rock,
the
paper,
taste-
scissors.
All right. So I'll be the Allagash and you'll be
Yeah.
the Golden Monkey. Okay. Ready?
Rock, paper, scissors, set, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, set, shoot.
Okay.
All right.
Golden Monkey first. By the way, I lost with scissors.
To
we
my
won
rock.
with rock. The first one we both tied with scissors. To
Yes.
anybody listening
Yes.
on Strangerhood TV,
Just so you have the play-by-play.
on the podcast. It's like a car wreck. I mean, you could see that on Strangerhood TV.
Yes.
All right, so yeah, today was really cool, right?
Yeah.
today was pretty cool.
So it was very cool. Like,
Before we got onto this show, Jimmy's mom was here, hanging out. I knew she was in town.
So why are we using both cups instead of just drinking from the can?
I don't know. But I don't know.
You know what? It's the cheap conservation in me, where I'm just like, don't use all the cups if we don't have to, because solo cups are so much money.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're not low on solo cups.
Those are the words of somebody that pinches pennies now and then.
But yeah, it was really cool because Jimmy's mom was coming in, and to celebrate the day of Jimmy's birth.
We had a
Which
show. She
happened
came
a
in for a
couple of
show.
days. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
She came in.
She did give birth to me though, and I thanked her for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I'm glad she went through with it. I appreciate it very much.
Yeah. And then and you were the first.
I was.
You were the first. So we had her over and made some sausage and peppers for her.
Yeah.
Gave her some
Really
nice nice New York
really good food, dude.
fresh bread.
Nice job on that.
Oh, thank you.
Nice job.
No,
on
we
that.
gotta.
I had nothing to do with the cooking at all.
Well, no, that was the point because we wanted to celebrate your show.
Right. Thank you.
You know, I didn't want you. You know, you had a rough night last night. You had to play a set.
I did have to play a
And,
set.
you know, we were celebrating that show.
Yeah.
Because you never do shows.
Right. Right.
So the laborious task of
Right.
doing a show, I was like, hey man, this guy he never does it.
Sometimes shows feel like what I imagine labor to be, but I don't think this was one of those.
Oh, sometimes yeah.
And that is in no way equating. I'll just shut up.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, there are Bacon is My Podcast episodes
Right.
that have felt laborious.
Definitely.
We've done that
Definitely.
before.
Yeah.
But hey, we do it
But
still.
we soldier on.
And we birthed this.
Yeah.
Just like Jimmy's mom birthed this.
Yeah.
And so it was cool having her over. And
She's
hanging
so
out.
proud. She actually is. She's pretty awesome.
Yeah, it was
she
really
had a
cool.
great time. We went to a really cool breakfast brunch place that I sent you pictures from.
Yeah.
It's a new place called Max.
We got a run in.
You
Your dog running.
got a dog running over here.
Hey.
Yeah, a place called Max in Babylon, New York, if you're near or in the area. Great food, great service, very, very cool. They showed up at the table right away with biscuit cream puffs.
Biscuit cream puffs.
Yeah.
So it was biscuits.
Like
with cream
small
in them.
little like biscuit mix
yeah.
made into like a cream puff type of situation with
I am so in.
with like a it had like a almost like a coffee cream. It's so good, dude. And then Annie and my mom both had like this special eggs Benedict dish. They had a bunch of those type of things that they thought was great. We had candied bacon for an appetizer, which was incredible, like super thick cut,
Yeah.
sweet, peppery, just delicious. And then I had hot chicken and waffles. Not as spicy as I would have liked, but really, really flavorful and good.
I like that.
And got to go back, and we got to go there because they have what on the menu was called Vermont poutine,
Yes, and I haven't had poutine before.
French fries with sausage gravy, cheese curds, and bacon. And I was like, excuse me? I want that. I want all of that. I'm not going to have that at 11 a.m.
Okay. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
So we'll have to go back and do that. But yeah, she was here for that. We had a good time. And today she loved it. She loves
Cool.
all of my friends. She's like, you have the best friends. And I was like, yeah, I got pretty fortunate.
Pretty solid people. Surround
I
yourself with there, James.
I definitely do. I am very fortunate in the people I surround myself with. You being one of the main ones.
Oh, well, thank you.
You're the tops, my friend.
Well, thanks.
Tops.
Because I
Tops
fill
of
his
the
belly,
heaps.
that's why.
You did today.
Stuffing things.
Stuff and things.
Now,
This is creamy.
yeah, so we're drinking the Victory Ale.
Belgian style triple. The Golden Monkey. Mystical flavors to enlighten you. Nose is loaded with Belgian yeast character of banana and clove, with an equally fruity body balanced with a light earthy hop character, savory notes of orange and spice, followed by a dry finish. It's considered a Pilsner.
Wow.
The hops are Tettnang.
That means nothing to me.
Brewmaster's approval, Bill and Ron.
Oh. Thanks, Bill. Thanks, Ron.
Bill and Ron. The Golden Monkey.
I think it's pretty
nice,
solid. It's I mean, I can't believe that it's 9.5%.
I was just gonna say.
It doesn't taste 9.5%.
Yeah, I was just gonna say it's not overly carbonated either, what would stop you from just downing one of those, like an ice cold one, like hot day. I could see that just disappearing.
Like oh man, wow! I'm surprised by this beer.
Me too. Very much.
Pleasantly surprised.
Yeah.
This is a winner.
Yeah.
Cheers. Thanks, bud. Yeah, so you had your mom in.
Wow.
So you had visitors.
Yep.
I left.
Yeah.
I left. I went to the Lake Harmony area in Pennsylvania.
Nice.
We went out with the in-laws, rented a house in that area, and man, I really, 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 and I talk about it all the time, but like, this was a great trip. But I do want to actually rent a house with friends.
Yeah.
And do that thing, because I've done one of those trips before, and it was like super cool. Like there were like multiple families, but then also like friends, and then it's just really a really cool dynamic that like a lot of people don't necessarily love those kind of trips because people like to do their own thing or whatever.
Right.
But I really like those trips, and I think just getting to like displaced is super important and really great for your mental health. So yeah, it was really cool. The area is fun. We brought the kids. The kids had a blast. If there's any kind of water involved, kids are in.
Right.
Believe it or not, it had a hot tub there, and the kids thought that like the 20 minutes, because we wouldn't allow them to stay longer because then
they'll cook.
They'll boil their little insides and whatnot.
Right.
We only did it one night, and that 20 minutes was their favorite part of the trip.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It was like, dude, we just relaxed and did
kids.
nothing, and they were like, no, that was great. And I was like, cool. Well, that was simple.
Nice.
That was a simple.
That's great.
So yeah, that was really cool. We went to the world's largest general store,
Nice.
which is called Country Junction,
Okay.
and we found out about it through the local TV when the commercial came on, and their theme song came on, and it was a guy who sang it. And he just goes, Country Junction.
Oh man, that makes me think of growing up in Ohio and Indiana.
Yeah, and that literally rang throughout the store. The characters that they had there were all Wizard of Oz characters, and you'd push a button. Because, okay, so for those of you who haven't been in a general store before, it has just fucking everything. It has everything, but nothing you really need.
Right, it's general stuff.
It's just general stuff. It's just, like, extra shit.
Right.
One thing they did have, the popcorn that Jen gets that we talked so highly of and stuff like that. Yeah. They actually had it there. They had a whole section of it.
Oh, okay.
And so she got it for cheaper, didn't have to pay shipping and stuff. That's what general store stuff is.
Yes. How much did you buy?
She bought 2 of the big bags.
Nice.
And they were only $3.25 a piece.
Oh, solid. Nice.
Yeah. So they had that. They had some hot sauces. They had some spices. They had some dip mixes. And then the next section was a pet store.
Okay.
And they had puppies.
Like, okay.
No, like real, like live puppies.
Like live puppies.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Not the ones you have to grow in
Right. But
the little farms.
general puppies.
Yeah, general puppies.
Yeah.
And then was an Ashley Furniture
Okay.
interwoven within this general store.
So is it set up like a mall where you leave one store and go in another, or
No.
is it just it's
No.
just like a Walmart
No,
with a
no.
puppies in the middle of
Imagine if Stu Leonard's
Uh-huh.
had less food and more other stuff,
Okay.
and was 10 times the size.
Like a giant Lidl.
Less useful.
Less useful than Lidl?
There was you walked through
Like Lidl's like excellent bakery.
again.
Maybe
Oh, I'm sorry. I did leave out a spot.
Okay.
So you walk through, there was a little bit of like food. They had salsas, spices, things of that nature. The next section was actually an arcade,
Wow.
but also had a winery bar. So it was a bar.
Place sounds amazing.
It was a bar, but the winery, a local winery, runs that bar.
That's way more useful than Lidl.
I haven't finished.
Okay.
And there was bumper cars in the.
You've been in
arcade.
Lidl, right?
Yeah, I've been there. I've been there.
It's like, let's buy a croissant and a beach umbrella with a snowman on it.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. It's similar. It's similar.
Okay.
Yeah. So and then I thought, because there was an Ace Hardware also interwoven.
Okay.
It was an Ashley Furniture, an Ace, and this general store, and they're all interwoven with each other.
So you can buy a couch. You can buy a dog to destroy the wooden
The couch.
leg of that couch, and then you can buy the tools to fix the couch.
Yeah. Yeah. Pretty general. So after this bar was the pet store, which
Okay.
which actually I'm thinking now, if we sat down at that bar, it would have been genius, because we would have walked away with a puppy.
Right. Have a couple
Because
drinks.
there was a
puppies.
legit cute, oh my god, incredibly cute bulldog. Like Jen looked inside that window, locked eyes with this bulldog, and goes, "I can't look anymore because I'm gonna cry."
Right.
That's how cute this bulldog was.
And you were like, we need to back away from here.
Well, I kept looking at it and I said, I'm gonna keep walking.
Right. Yeah. We need to get away from here right now.
And then the next section was Halloween decorations.
of course it was.
All right. Time out. We've got all these awesome sponsors here.
Right.
Where can they find all the information out for that?
Oh, if only there was a place. If there was only
A portal.
a hub.
A central hub to
a
do so.
central location.
I think there is.
Do we have the technology?
Yes. Baconismypodcast.com is where you can find the best deals on all of our awesome sponsors, including Drink Wild Bills, Pod Decks, Manscaped, all of them. Go over there, find their promo codes. You always get the best deals. But what else can you get over there?
Well, not only can you get the best deals, and we'll always keep those up to date, you can also help out the show by grabbing some t-shirts, some swag. Jump over to the Bacon is My Fashion section. Yeah, there's a whole section. It's just there for you. It's there for you. You can check it out. We have nice t-shirts. They don't chafe. They're nice to the nips. You know I like that.
You know Jimmy's
You know
all
I
about
like
his
that.
nice to the nips.
I'm like the
shirts.
Drax of this show. You
Exactly.
know? I got sensitive nipples, man. I got sensitive
fine.
nipples.
It's
If
fine.
you have sensitive nipples, check that out. And you know what? How about your ear holes? You want to take care of those ear holes? Because you can find links to all of our episodes. How about your eyeballs? You want those eyeballs? You can find links to our YouTube, Strangerhood TV. You can check out everything right from baconismypodcast.com. It's easy. It's super simple. It's right there. What's your bacon?
I will say that when you go to this site, that will be your new bacon.
That will be your new bacon. Check it out.
After that was the taxidermy.
Excuse me.
Yeah, taxidermy. You know where they stuff dead animals?
Yeah, what a way
Stuffing things.
What a way. Good.
Right.
Good. That's nice. What a way to kind of like make sure you go out of there with a puppy. right? You're like, well, if you don't,
Here's a giant.
you can either buy them now,
or will forever preserve his cuteness. Cuteness.
or here's a coupon, so that later, when you want to bring them back, we'll do the other side of it as well.
Well, so littered throughout this.
Oh my God! Can you imagine a pet store that gave out coupons to a taxidermist?
Yes, that'd be great. But throughout
Here's your dog. Here's your coupon. It doesn't expire.
throughout this whole thing, right, there are characters from The Wizard of Oz.
What?
Yeah, like just set up robotic versions of them, and they've re-recorded. So you push a red button, and they talk to you, and it's a very bad impression of what this character would sound like from the movie, talking
Who
about
owns the rights to the Wizard of Oz? Nobody's.
It's got to be. It's absolutely copyright infringement city, but I maybe they're just too creeped out to go in there. I don't know, but it was just so weird because they're terrible animatronics. Like this is just really, really bad quality. Like Jen even said it. She said it was just creepy. It was just incredibly creepy, and the mouth kind of. There was no articulation. It was just like open close.
Well,
open, close.
they just needed to generally work.
Right, general. Yeah. Like Nutcracker style.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Stuffing things.
Yeah, right. Exactly. And they would say a line from the movie and then talk about how great the General Country Junction is making your dreams come true. But the only person that didn't was the Wicked Witch.
Okay. What did the Wicked Witch say?
Oh, she was talking about how you fucking killed her, and it was
wow.
It was wild. It was fucking.
It was
wild.
dark, huh?
It was weird. And it was
Find
just
me
before
in the taxidermy
and it was
store.
it was just before the taxidermy. It was really crazy. But also, one of those red buttons made one of the bear's heads talk.
Okay.
In the taxidermy section.
Wow.
Yeah.
Was the button near the bear, or is it something where you could just be like, wait for it, they're walking by him right now, and push?
It was... No. It was... So...
Like, could you just scare other people with it?
Yes, you could, but you'd have to stand in front of it for a little while.
Okay.
And then bump into it. And then all of a sudden people would be like, what the fuck is that?
That's great.
But yeah, there was that. And then you keep going, there's more tchotchkes and stuff. They had like a tchotchke place, and then they had a kitchen area, which was not near any of the cooking stuff, which was really weird. And then all of a sudden, a section that was fake Crocs. Just a bunch of fake Crocs.
Crocs are hot right now.
Not these.
Crocs aren't hot anyway.
Right. But these were, yeah. And then spices and jellies.
Okay.
And you could taste the jellies. And then was it a homemade chocolate store?
Ooh, I like homemade
which
chocolate.
was very good.
Yeah.
I saved you none. I'm sorry.
It
was delicious.
That's all right.
It was really good.
I haven't saved you pizza ever.
Right.
So.
That's fine.
I owe you one. I'll bring it next week. Next
Let me
week we're
know.
on a double, so no, I'll bring it when we have time.
We can fit it in. This fucking guy. We can fit it in. It was wild. The Country Junction store was fucking wild. And that's just in the store.
Right.
And then within that store, you look to the left or right, so you got to follow the yellow brick road because they have these little stamps that were like yellow brick roads. But if you look to the left or
They're
right,
just ripping off.
oh yeah,
Okay.
yeah. You look to the left or right, and it could be just some random entrance to an Ace or an Ashley Furniture.
Wow.
It was weird,
This is blowing my mind.
but fun fact, dog friendly, because between each section, they had a little station
Right.
for you to clean your dog shit.
Well, it's because they want you to buy a dog, but that's only on stop 2 of the wonderful journey that you're on. Right? So buy a dog, keep walking,
Right.
think twice about the dog, pass the taxidermist.
It was a wild store, and
That's
Country
crazy.
Junction in Pennsylvania. Go take a look.
Wow.
If you're wondering. Now, they also attached to it, and because it was raining that day, they actually have like a petting zoo, and they have rides, and they have other shit going on.
Of course they do. Of
Yeah.
course they have a petting zoo.
Yeah. I mean, of course, they're chickens.
Oh, you can't you can't feed a goat bird seed from an ice cream cone that you just got out of a coin op machine.
No. You need to chase the chickens
Like
so you can
Rocky?
pet them.
like
Yeah.
like in Rocky.
Very
All right.
much like Rocky. Gonna eat lightning and shit thunder. But
Wow,
yeah, that was
what an experience.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
pretty amazing.
Yeah, that was only one day. That was only one day.
Damn.
Yeah, but I do love. I do want to do that like vacation home where you rent it out with a bunch of people and you you could use the grill that's there and
Right.
you could cook what's nice house.
Yeah, I think that's awesome. I would love to do something
I
like that.
I love that stuff, and it's one of those things we always talk about it, like bringing people together
Right.
it's fun.
Yeah. Get everybody out of their element and out of the element that they're usually hanging around each other in.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And then see what happens.
Right. It's like a blender.
And that's when it gets real.
Yeah.
Real 2023.
Yeah. Well, this place too. What was really cool about this place is they had like a game room downstairs. So we set up. My brother-in-law has Xbox, and he brought his Xbox because basically spent a lot of his time down there playing Xbox.
Right.
I mean, we were in nature, and there was kayaking and all sorts of fun stuff to do, but
Yeah.
Xbox.
I think
And-
that on a trip like that, there should be a rule of some kind.
Right, there's a time and a place for it.
Like, you want to play games on your phone, sure, but don't bring a console.
We brought Switch, but that was only because
It's not a
at
console.
night.
It's a handheld,
No, we hooked it up to TV.
but it's still a handheld.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
Yeah, it counts. That's not like bringing a PS5 or an Xbox, you
Okay.
know, or the desktop system because you're
Right.
online, you know.
But they had a multicade, which we talked about.
Yeah.
Which was really cool. It was one of those bar top multicades that
I
had.
love those. I want one of those so bad.
It was really really cool, and it had the first 3 Donkey Kongs. It had 1984. It had all the Pac-Mans. It had the original Pac-Man, Pac-Man Junior, Miss Pac-Man, Pac-Man Plus, where it had the additional width
Yeah.
on the board.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it was really cool. They had the old, not Pong, but what was the one that had the bar where you had the block, like Breakout? Was it called?
Breakout, yeah, with the ball and the
Yeah.
yeah.
It had Breakout. It had Space Invaders. It had
Breakout's
Galaga.
like a BlackBerry game,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I was telling Gavin, I was like, this used to be on the first, like, on the phone.
Yeah.
Oh, cool, Dad.
One of my
I'm playing Smash Bros.
One of my first
Okay.
like phones was I would get phones from my dad when he would get a new business phone.
Mm-hmm.
And so he would give me the old one,
Right.
when I'd come home for Christmas, living in New York. He'd be like, here you go. And I'd be like, sweet, now I have a BlackBerry? That's awesome. And so I had a BlackBerry for a while. And they moved on to like iPhones way later, but I got an iPhone.
Eventually.
I got like the iPhone 4.
Right.
It's like, all right.
Yeah. That was really cool to and then showing him those games. And
It sounds awesome.
Jen is really good at those old school games. We talked about how intense she is with like Super Mario and stuff like that. I never saw her play Miss Pac-Man. That's intense.
Oh,
That's
okay.
pretty good. That's pretty good. Yeah, she had a good time with that.
See, I think one of those things. We should try and make one. Get a Raspberry Pi.
Mm-hmm. See, the issue with the Raspberry Pis that I've found is that it doesn't have enough RAM to support everything you're doing.
Well,
If you want to do like multiple,
right, but I think if instead of putting, 900 games on it, you pick like 10, 15, right?
right?
And you think of like, what are the console games or not the console games? What are the stand-up
Arcade,
games?
yeah.
What are the arcade games I really want? And then you can make the table a little bit bigger. You could put like a flat screen in it.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can have it big enough to where like 4 people could sit around it. So you could do 4-player games too.
Yeah.
And then that could just be the kitchen table. You throw a tablecloth over it. Right?
Yeah.
People come over. You do the magician. Reveal. You do the reveal. And you're like, fancy a game of Gauntlet? Or Turtles in Time?
Are you proposing? Are you proposing
Uh-huh.
that we create a dining space
Yes.
that will immediately turn into
Yes.
being able to go?
Yes!
I'm in. We can't put this episode out till we patent it.
Till
It's done and patented.
Exactly.
I love that. I think that's a great idea.
It can't be that hard to make.
No, I think it's definitely possible.
Yeah. Like, it'd probably be cheaper to make than to buy.
I
You
think
just got to figure out the controllers,
I think the issue you'll find, is the controllers.
because that's the Raspberry Pi problem, is finding off-brand controllers
That'll work
that'll work.
properly.
But you could probably source where those tabletops got there. And you could probably buy parts for those.
Mm-hmm. All right, that could be a fun
I'm going to do
project.
some research.
It could be a fun project.
Do some research.
I like that. The other game they had there was Golden Tee.
Okay.
I'm not a big golf guy,
Yeah.
but there was this phase in life, and I think everybody had this at one point. Golden Tee was the game.
Never played it.
Really?
Yeah.
Have you've seen it though?
I've seen
right.
it. I've never played it.
I was not big into it, and I played it quite a bit this week,
Okay.
and I get why people like it.
My brother has recently gotten into actual golf.
Mm-hmm.
Where he lives in California, he joined a league, and he was like, I'm just hanging out like I'm 60. He joined a league, and he was like, but I get it. I get why they're doing it. He was like, it's a very what did he say? He was like, it's a good way to humble yourself, because he's like, you do it and you do a couple of good things, and you start thinking, hey,
I got this.
I got this. I'm pretty good at this. And then he's like, and then you sink 2 or 3 in a row in the water, and you're just like, I hate life. I'm awful. I suck at this.
Yeah.
And he's like, it's immediate, like, just ego check.
Oh, that's like mini golf.
Yeah. Oh, dude. Mini golf.
Just like mini golf.
Yeah. 100%. First 2 holes, You're like, hey, I'm doing all right. I got this game. They give you one with like the little incline that goes to the other incline, or you got to go over a bridge.
Between the little section.
Yep.
Under a mill or something.
Yeah. It's like first hole, 5 strokes. Second hole, 3. Oh, man. Third hole, 27. And you're like, what the fuck?
Right. Yeah, for sure. But with this golden tee, I enjoyed it. But what I enjoyed the most is finding out, and I texted you this while I was there. In a past life, it had to have been a past life, my 7-year-old daughter
Yeah.
was a golden tee champion.
It's just acing it.
I couldn't believe how fucking good she was.
Yeah.
At golden tee.
Can't spell Lacey without ace right in the middle.
You're right. I was trying to show her, because Jen was like, explain to her how the game works, and I said, okay. And I showed her, and she's like, I'll try it, Daddy. And she just did it, and I said to myself, I'm not needed here.
Yeah.
She was so good at it. I couldn't believe it. Could not believe it. Now, the problem with her now is that she couldn't get through 18 holes. Her
Okay.
attention span was not...
Right. Well, she was just like, I'm so good at this.
This is
Why-
fine.
What
Like,
is even?
whatever.
Yeah, no, I get it. I'm out. I'm
Yeah.
good.
And then on the other TV, right across the way, Gavin's playing like Super Smash Brothers.
Right.
And that's way more exciting than golf.
Well, she probably looked at her score and looked at yours and was like, look, Dad,
Right.
I quit right now. You get nothing but holes in one. The rest of the time, you still lose.
Right.
I'm out.
Right. And that was just at hole 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Little L, capital ACE.
Yeah. Yeah. I was amazed. I was amazed by her performance there.
Nice.
Let's get a little Allagash White here.
All right.
It's a Belgian style wheat beer. Beer with coriander, Curaçao,
Interesting.
orange peel.
Okay.
It is a 5.2, which means that it's way less. It's way less of a
And on the back it says, our take on this Belgian style is brewed with coriander and Curaçao orange peel, like you just said. Citrus forward, hazy, and refreshing. We brew all of our beer in a single brewery in Portland, Maine, just like we have since 1995.
all the way back in 1995.
I like that they wrote stuff on the bottom upside down, so you can only read it when you're drinking it. And you have to have someone else read it. You'd be like, what the heck?
Ruse your yeast.
Your curiosity just paid off. With the can bottom up, gently swirl to enhance the beer's flavor.
Well,
Look at that. Who knew there was a game involved?
we just
We
yeasted.
won. Oh, shit. Stuffing things.
Wow. Look at us.
Ha!
Look at us.
Just a couple of dudes doing the right
Swirling
thing.
our beer.
Swirling our upside down beer
Rusing our yeast.
to enhance the flavor.
Rusing the yeast.
Yeah.
Now
Now I
this
can
is-
say, I've rused my yeast. Yeah, I've rused my yeast before. What? You haven't?
Have you not rused your
You
yeast?
haven't rused
if you
your
haven't rused your yeast, you haven't lived.
You know that a yeasty beer is a great ingredient if you're making a very quick bread or pizza dough.
Oh, okay.
It actually gives you some of the flavor as if you were to let your yeast proof and age longer,
Okay.
and made a starter for your bread and stuff instead of just kind of.
Oh, okay. Yes.
So-
I know starters are very.
It cuts like 70% of the time away, and it's like a fakey way of doing it. Like it's not as good, but it mimics some of that stuff because there's already a yeast in your beer, and it's already got that flavor.
Interesting. See, who knew we were going to learn some science today?
It's not me. Cheers. See what we got here.
Well, you didn't learn. You taught.
Yeah, I didn't. Oh, it smells very fruity.
It does. It's pretty good. I don't know about you, but I've used coriander before.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell you what it tasted like.
No idea.
No idea.
Nope.
I smelt it. I smelt it a lot. Like I have coriander.
Right.
I couldn't tell you what. Like
No.
we had.
Yeah.
What did
No,
we have?
no idea.
We had bitchin' sauce today, and I immediately said cumin,
Cumin. Yeah.
and you said yes.
Yep.
If somebody said, "Oh, coriander," I'd
Okay.
say cool.
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
I
Yeah.
definitely
cumin.
taste it.
Yes. Cinnamon. Yes.
Yeah.
Paprika.
Paprika. Yes.
Coriander. Okay. Sure.
You know, there are people that think that paprika is spicy.
What?
Yeah.
What?
I have been told.
No. Put it in the comments.
Did
if
you put
think.
Did you put paprika on this? I said yes. And they go, well, I think it's spicy. I said, you're...
Well, that
That's
has to
not-
be a different ingredient then, because the paprika's
This is-
there to make it red.
Right.
That's
Paprika
it is there for color.
Paprika has more of an aromatic taste.
Yeah, it smells a little smoky,
Yes.
like
it's smoky,
slightly smoky.
but it is not
No
spicy
spice
at
Yeah.
all.
That's like saying a bell pepper is just too hot. What is that? A green bell pepper? Oh, the red bell peppers are too spicy for me.
Right.
Like, you know what happens if you leave a red bell pepper for a little bit longer? It turns green.
Oh boy. More science.
Yeah.
Knowledge dropped by Jimsy
Right to the flow.
to the flow.
Because it doesn't really matter. So, speaking of knowledge, the place we played, I was super into the history of this place, the Vale Levitt Theater.
Yeah, that's really cool. I was disappointed that I didn't get to go. Again, just coming home from the trip. And
Yeah, man.
Actually, funny enough, I said good luck because I was coming home that day,
Yeah,
and I was like, damn it, I can't go.
right.
The next night was that show, but the next night, Jen bought tickets to the Paramount to go to a Disney DJ night. So I was going to be watch the kids. Had I known
Hold on.
that...
No.
Go ahead.
Jen bought tickets for a Disney DJ night.
Yes.
Which meant that you would be staying with the kids at home?
Yes.
The kids weren't... That wasn't a Disney DJ thing?
No, it was a 21 and over event.
Oh. Okay. So that's intriguing to me. What's up, guys? We got a little hint for you here. A little secret. How do you help the show? We've been asked. Here's a way to help the show. Check us out over at patreon.com/baconismypod. You can get lots of extra stuff.
Yeah, like additional shows, ad-free episodes, early episodes. Shoot. Every Sunday, we record our discussions and drinks live with our patrons.
Yeah, so you can have a drink with us while we do it. You can watch us cook things. You can watch us eat things. You can just support the show. And that helps us keep putting these out. It helps us just
Keep the show free.
keep the show free. So thank you guys so much for supporting all of you over on Patreon already. Our patrons, you guys are our lifeblood. Thank you guys so much. And if you want to help out the show and you want to jump on, and you want to be part of that BIMP squad, jump over to patreon.com/baconismypod.
Well, we'll talk about that after.
Okay,
You're telling your
all right,
story.
all right.
No, I thought that the show was the day we were coming home.
Right.
This is what I was saying. I thought it was the day we were coming home, which is why I said good luck at the show tonight.
Right.
And you said no, it's tomorrow, and I said, damn it, if I knew it was the next day, I would have loved to, and I'm sure Jen would have loved to see that venue because of the history, because of all the stuff that goes on, and like you said.
Well, they really surprised us with the date of the show. They only told us on Friday.
Well, you know what? I will say my lack of...
That's crazy how shows happen. They're just
my complete and utter lack
is it Friday or Saturday? We'll let you know on Friday.
Yeah, my complete and utter lack of routine nowadays is totally fucking up my entire existence when it comes to dates and stuff.
Right.
So
I always have that anyway. So
okay.
I'm always bad with dates.
But yeah, go on.
So I had thought that we played this theater, and we did not.
Mm-hmm.
We played the Suffolk Theater, which was right by it.
Right, that's a little bit bigger.
Yeah. But for whatever reason, I thought that the Suffolk Theater was renamed. I thought that it got bought and was renamed.
Well, it was renamed.
Right, and
it used to be I don't remember what it was before the Suffolk Theater, but it was something else.
And so I just kind of combined those, and I thought that's where we were playing. So I was like, oh yeah, I've played there, so I wasn't even looking at it or thinking about it or anything like that. And every time, like, Chris, my drummer, was the one that was really, like, kind of, like, looking the place up and everything. And he was like, a lot of cool shit happened at this place. Like, this is a historic place. And I was like, yeah, we play there. It was, they're really weird about their decibel meter. You know what I mean? Like, because when we played the other one, there was literally a guy with a decibel meter in the room. And he was like, no, you guys got to turn it down, like, during sound check to make sure we were under a certain level of sound in the room. Yeah. And it was low. It was like, the drums can't be turned down, sir, so I don't know what you want to do. So I thought it was that place. So I wasn't really... I was like, yeah, it's cool, man. Keep looking it up. I was like, all right. So when I got there and I, like, saw the place, I was like, oh, this isn't the same place at all. This is a whole other building.
Right.
And I went in and I see, like, there's, like, pictures of, like, Thomas Edison on the wall. I'm like, okay. And then there's people in there on their phones and they're like, did you know?
Everybody becomes a historian then.
Right, yeah. Like, did you know I can Google and then say things out loud? I'm capable of reading with my outside voice. But, yeah, there was a lot of that. But it was like all cool info. It was like, Thomas Edison used to do his experiments here. And people would come, like when you see a movie or a show that recreates like someone like Edison or Tesla doing a experiment in front of like a crowd of people. This was a theater where that shit happened. Like that was a real thing.
That's wild.
That used to happen there.
That's history. That's cool shit.
Yeah, like on that stage, and there was when they were first starting moving pictures, they put them there and tried them out and showed how they were going to do moving pictures and things like that. So it was just such a cool, like, once I was in there, I was like, holy shit, this is like... I'm so glad that we decided, like, at the beginning of summer that we were like, okay, instead of doing 2 shows this year, let's play anything. Because this show wouldn't have been something we would have done. Joey's show in a few weeks isn't something we would have done. Like, we probably would have done that one, but, like, just these different kind of, like, the metal show that we played isn't something we would have done. And getting to do that, just kind of like saying yes to him, it was like we got to do this crazy ass show. Like, everything else about the show was like sort of worked,
right?
And sort of didn't, but just the fact that we got to be on that stage and we got to play on that stage, and I have to say, and I have to shout him out, and I have to mention it, Randy Jackson from the band Zebra. If you guys don't know who Zebra is, they were a band that came out in like late 70s, early 80s.
Yeah.
They had a couple of hits. They were a band that like were heavily influenced by Zeppelin. Randy's from Long Island, and Zebra was one of the first bigger bands, especially in the area, that gave Craving Strange a shot because they liked our music, not because we could sell tickets or not because of any other reason. They liked our music and had us open for them. And they had us open for them at the Crazy Donkey. And that grew our fan base overnight with people because Zebra has a very, like, their following follows them.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
So we immediately had this, like, following that started, like, they didn't necessarily come to every show, but they kept up with us. And they listened to our stuff, and they bought things, and they interacted with us. And then some of them did come to shows, or they came to shows every once in a while, but made sure to come up and talk to us and go, "We saw you play with Zebra, and we love this, and we brought our friends to see you guys," and like things like that. Like, it was just such a huge thing that, like, I can't even. The shows you think are going to be super important for you, most of the time aren't. And the shows that you think are like, hey, this is cool, we're on this show, can sometimes end up being like a thing that, like, we met people that are still in contact with us and still are fans to this day. I met some people that are like incredible friends that I've like, that I will stay in contact with for the rest of my life at that show. You know, like this,
right.
It's just weird. But yeah, they were one of the first big bands to kind of do that for us. And Randy liked us enough to where he kept up with us without me knowing, right? And like, if there was something cool and they needed a local band, he would float us to that. And he put our band on things, and he put me on things when I put out Jimmy's Blue Notebook.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he had me play on a boat with him. You know, like, him and I on a party boat, and that's it. We were the only acts, right? And he had me come open for him. And he didn't have to do that. He doesn't have to do that at all. Like, and he was a big part of us being offered this show.
Right.
As well. Him and Dave Black, and I have to shout him out as well. But, and Randy, like, the first thing Randy said when he got up on stage, and this is a dude that doesn't need to say our name ever.
Well, let's first off, the fact, and we had an episode about this.
Mm-hmm.
Couple episodes ago. Randy Jackson, biggest name on the bill, right?
Yeah.
What did he do?
Yeah, he opened. He went on.
He opened the show.
He didn't. He went on before us. He didn't open the show. He went on before us.
Right. Okay.
Right.
You're right. Yeah. Because G opened the show.
Yeah, G opened the show. In a different stage. So
right.
on the main stage, Randy Jackson acoustically played a set. The first thing Randy Jackson said when he got up on stage, the very first thing he said, he hit a chord that was wrong, and he goes, "Thank you, and now Craving Strange." And like made it like a joke, and he was like, "All right, that's all the humor you're gonna get tonight." Right? But just even saying our name as one of the first things he did. And then when he finished, he was like, "Thank you, everybody. Up next, my favorite original band, Craving Strange." And I was just like, what the fuck?
That's a vote of confidence.
And
man.
it
That's
just is incredible. He came up to me after our sound check, and he was like, "Yo, the harmonies sound great. The songs are great." He came up to me after our set and was like, he was the first person up on stage, you know, and he came up to me outside afterwards when I'm loading my car, and he started asking me about gear and started asking me about the quad cortex and stuff, and like and he was like, "Yo, did we exchange numbers last time?" And I was like, "No." And you know, like, just he was like, I can't believe that. How long ago was that you guys opened for us? And that was at the end. I was like, that was 2011.
Wow.
And he was like, holy shit. Like, and the last time I saw him before last night, was at NAMM, because he was there repping Michael Kelly guitars. And we were there talking to Michael Kelly guitars. And when we came up, he was there, and as soon as he saw me, he was like, Craving Strange! And, like, it's... like, when you do this, you want so badly for people to remember who you are. Not for... I mean, maybe, I guess, for surfacey reasons sometimes, but you really just want people to remember your band, to your music. You want people to associate when they see you with something, because then it shows that they listened, or they paid attention. And it's like, anytime someone does, it's amazing. But when it's someone that does that, like, nobody ever has to, but it's someone that, like, legit just, for whatever reason, continues to go to bat for us.
Right.
When he doesn't have to go to bat for anyone.
Anybody.
He doesn't have to do it. He just likes playing music. You know what I mean? Like, he's not even, like, really pushing anything. He's not trying to make new music. He's just going out and he's wanting to play. He wants to play guitar. He wants to sing. He wants to do this. He wants to do that. And he's continuously going to bat for us. And that just means the world. It's crazy to me.
Shout out Randy Jackson.
So Randy Jackson,
Zebra.
thank you so much. Like, continuously makes me feel cooler than I am.
Yeah.
And he's not even, and I don't mean this in a bad way, but he's not like a huge superstar. He's not Taylor Swift noticing
Right.
us. He's a really talented musician who has made a living at music, who I respect incredibly well. There's no like idolizing or teen fame thing there. It's just like, damn, man, you've done some shit, and you've done it based on your talent, and you've done it for, to me, the right reasons, and you continuously do it, and your life is paid for by this, and you're, I don't know, since 2011, you've been going to bat for this band that's still around. It's like crazy to me.
Yeah.
Doesn't make any sense.
And think of all the changes that have happened.
Yeah.
With you guys since 2011. Like, and he's still keeping up.
Yeah. He's kept up.
That's awesome, man.
Talks to me about songs and shit. I'm like, come on.
You listen.
Seriously?
That's so cool, dude. That's great.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
So yeah, I just had to. That was my little soapbox moment of appreciation. So there you go.
You know what? We all need that. You
Yeah,
know
man,
what?
Validation's such a big thing.
Yeah, absolutely. So, yeah, man, we covered a lot of ground.
Yeah.
We covered a lot of ground.
Damn, an hour went by like nothing.
Do you want me to discuss the Disney DJ thing or no? Just hold off.
I would like to. I mean, if you want to discuss it on air, if not, I still want to hear it.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, like, so for those of you who don't know, we've talked about it on the show a number of times about how often I'll go to Disney once a year with kids.
Yep.
And then once a year with just Jen. And we're able to do that. We'll go to Disney, and then we'll go to Epcot because Jen and I like Epcot.
Right.
Kids. Epcot's not really for kids per se. They're making it into for kids, but it's more for like culture,
Right.
different nationalities and stuff like that. Starting in August is the the food, wine, and beer festival. And that's when we like to go because you go to all of these really cool, you know, they have their main Japan, China, Italy, France,
Right.
like the main countries, like the popular countries, right? But then they also, within those, have the lesser known countries. So like they also have like a Morocco. They have like little Asian places within Asia, but Middle Eastern.
Okay.
Just I forget how many countries are represented in it, but it's really cool because you get to learn and try different things out. They actually have a Spanish section, right?
Okay.
And people go, oh, well, I'm going to eat Spanish. It's, you know, tacos, this, that. No. Spanish
No.
food
No, it isn't.
is European.
Right.
Just because the language
Right.
is a derivative of.
Mexico.
Mexico
Tacos.
is, you're right. It's
they speak
very,
Spanish there.
very, very different. And, oh, man, the paella they have there.
Oh. I haven't had paella
It
in a very
is
long time.
so good. But yeah, so we go for that. So the reason being is because Jen is a huge Disney fan.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I am a Marvel comic book nerd.
Right.
I am a wrestling nerd. She is a
Choose that
Disney
for
nerd.
Disney. Nice.
And
Annie is
she loves
similar,
it.
though you wouldn't know it.
Right. And she loves it. And through our relationship and now that Disney now owns Marvel and stuff like that.
Right.
It's like, dude, just wear it on your sleeve. Like,
Yeah.
it doesn't fucking matter. Like, I didn't really like wrestling for a while, and then I felt comfortable with somebody, and I was just like, I'm gonna get back into it, and I got back into it, and then I wear it on my sleeve. Same with like comics and this and that, and like,
Absolutely.
and I tell her, I'm just like, dude, like, that's you.
Yeah.
Do you.
Yeah. Openly.
Right. You know, now she's got Disney tattoos and stuff.
yeah.
So, like, that's a thing. But, a friend of ours threw a link at her that the Paramount in Huntington was doing a Disney DJ night. And when we think of Disney, we come from a little bit of a different generation. Like, we're not old fogies.
Right.
But when you think Disney party, what do you think?
I think, like, kids. I think Little Mermaid. I think Aladdin.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like Aladdin, Little Mermaid, shit. We could even throw like a Frozen in there.
Sure. Yeah.
And Kanto, because it's huge pop culture things that are happening, that have happened. So she went in and she was like, yes, I am in. And it was a 21 and over event. So,
Yeah.
you know, you're obviously going to get drinks and stuff like that. But you're going to hang out with a bunch of like-minded adults that
Right.
do that.
Do they dress up and stuff?
Yeah, you could. You could dress up.
Nice.
She actually, she bought a Belle costume, but it was not to her liking.
Okay.
But she has this really awesome Beauty and the Beast dress.
Mm-hmm.
Beauty and the Beast dress that she looks super hot in. That she wore there.
Nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
it was a better choice, by far.
Gotcha.
For sure. And yeah, so she went and she came back and she enjoyed herself a lot.
Mm-hmm.
It was a lot of that stuff was played. They had all those things. In fact, she said like listening we don't talk about Bruno, right?
Mhm.
So that in general was a different experience from a bigger sound system
Okay.
or wearing headphones and stuff. Listening to that song with all the parts and everything like that, she was like, it was a way different experience. But at the same time, what we don't think about is Disney Channel things, right?
Right.
Now, what whose musical careers have spawned off of Disney.
Okay, right.
So
right.
we're talking Jonas Brothers. We're
Uh-huh.
talking about Miley Cyrus, who was a lot of Hannah Montana songs. Demi Lovato. There was High School. What was the What was it? She said. Oh, she said, Cheetah Girls.
Cheetah Girls. That's
Cheetah
right,
Girls
yeah.
were.
Amigas, Cheetahs.
She was they were played a lot. A lot of the High School Musical.
Right.
And, so it was Disney Channel stuff as well.
Right. Okay.
So there was
because so many of those shows are music centric.
Right. Exactly. And but still, she said, hey, you can't deny the songwriting.
Oh yeah, of course.
Like she said it. She's like, sure, you hear one, and like you kind of know the hook.
Right.
You know the structure already.
Right.
And you know when the hook is coming.
Right.
And stuff like that. So you can kind of picture where it's going.
It's like Green Day.
Right. Exactly. By the way, if you haven't listened to the 94 Dookie demos on Spotify yet, go ahead and do it.
Oh, I will.
Really cool.
Love Green Day.
Really, really cool because a lot of it is just Billy Joe and piano.
Oh,
with
cool.
Dookie songs.
Oh, shit.
Very cool. Very, very cool.
Sounds cool. Okay.
Yeah, very,
yeah.
very, very,
I'm
very
gonna jump on that.
But yeah, she had a great time. She had a really good time. She enjoyed it. The Paramount wasn't packed. The Paramount, it was $23 for a drink for her.
Wow. Jesus.
$23 for a drink.
What was she drinking?
Vodka seltzer.
Jesus.
$23.
How much were the tickets?
$30.
Jesus Christ.
Including fees. So,
oh man,
brace
Paramount?
yourself. Brace yourself. But yeah, so that was it wasn't as climatic as you may have wanted it to be, folks.
Right.
But she enjoyed
Dude,
herself.
$23 a drink is pretty climatic. It's just in the wrong way.
Yeah. But yeah, man, it was. I'm happy she went, and
Yeah, it's awesome, man. Very cool.
it was really cool. So, guys, thank you for joining us. We've had a good time.
Hope you had
drinking.
fun.
Honestly, this episode with the beers way better than the last episode. with the beers.
Much. So I definitely want to shout out Victory, Golden Monkey, Belgian Style Triple.
Mm-hmm.
Check that out if you get a chance. If you see it somewhere, it's really good.
Yeah,
Like,
it's not.
I'm a fan of that.
Happy. It's
And
weird.
then the second
Allagash.
one is the Allagash White.
Enjoy your coriander.
Right. Yeah.
If you could tell us what coriander tastes like, if you could, please in the comments, please in the
Please.
comments, let us know.
Explain coriander to us.
Yeah, because I don't fucking know.
I don't either.
Yeah.
I don't either.
But guys, thanks for joining us, and always remember to ask yourself one super important question. And what is that, Jim Z?
Hell yeah, man. What's your bacon?
Mm-hmm.
Stuff and things.
World peace.